want to travel, but it's not always possible for me to take my RV with me. So today on Happy Trails Hiking, we're going to be talking about hotels and their safety measures during the COVID-19. So before I get into that, I do want to welcome those who are in the chat and the folks who are watching the replay. And thank you for coming and clicking on this video. Please leave me a comment down below. Let me know that you're here and how you intend to travel in the next few months. So, Matt and I started traveling Memorial Day weekend. So the first weekend of September, we started traveling, but it was very measured. We went camping and stayed in a state park and used our camper as self-contained as we possibly could. So very few public restrooms. We went and stopped at the rest areas on the way there. But road trips are going to be a thing. And I understand that some people cannot, don't have an RV or don't have a trailer or don't have a way to just sleep overnight wherever they may need/want to go. So today I have looked up and done the research for you on 6 hotel chains. And I want to share with you what those hotel chains are doing for safety measures. So it's great to see everybody today. If you have questions, please be sure to leave those in the comments below, or suggestions, leave those in the comments below. Or if you're here live, leave those in the chat as well. So, all right. So let's just get started. I, as a travel professional, am going to need to travel at some point in time. And I'm looking forward to staying in hotels. We like to stay in hotels when we travel. You know, I like camping, but sometimes it's just not feasible to do that. You know, either a business trip or you've got a wedding to go to and you need to be dressed up. And sometimes it's not feasible, especially in a small rig like Matt and I have. Alfred's wonderful, but, there's that. So in no certain order, I have looked up hotel chains so that you'll know what to expect when you are traveling. So first up is Hilton Hotels. So Hilton has, as of June 1st, 2020, they say Hilton Clean Stay with Lysol Protection. So they are using Lysol products as much as they can, and they have worked with the Mayo Clinic to advise and assist them. So Hilton Clean Stay builds upon Hilton's already high standards of housekeeping and hygiene. And so they're using hospital grade cleaning products. They have a bullet point list. So it says, 1, Hilton Clean Stay room seal will indicate that guest rooms have not been accessed since they were clean. 2, extra disinfection of top 10 high touch areas in guest rooms, which include light switches and door handles, as well as remote controls and other things that we don't normally think about. 3, increased cleaning frequency of public use areas, so lobbies and hallways and things like that. 4, enhanced cleaning for fitness centers. So their fitness centers are open and they're cleaning them more often. The next one, 5, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reduced paper amenities, like pads, like writing pads and guest directories in rooms. 7, enhanced cleaning of other changes to buffets and in-room dining and meeting spaces. The next one, industry-leading contactless check-in and check-out with a digital key. So probably your phone will be used. That it doesn't say that specifically. And then so it says at more than 4,700 properties globally. So contactless check-in and check-out with a digital key. So that's interesting. Evaluation of new technologies like electrostatic sprayers with a disinfecting mist and ultraviolet light technologies to sanitize surfaces and objects. And the last bullet point they have there is enhanced team member safety and well-being with personal protective equipment and enhanced training protocols. So that's kind of what they're doing. They said what to expect during your stay. Social distancing. Social distancing continues to be a recommended required practice in public settings, which hotels are. We've adjusted common areas and made in many of our hotels to help guests adhere to these guidelines. During your stay, please be mindful of guests and team members and stay away 6 feet of distance. Masks and other PPE. Some states require that our team members wear masks and guests wear face covering while in public areas. As such, we recommend you bring one with you. So bring your mask when you travel. We've mentioned that on Travel Tuesday before. Our hotels have adjusted check-in and other processes to allow for limited contact with team members for continued safety. And the third thing, it says hotel services and amenities. So for your safety, some services or amenities such as pools, spas, fitness centers, restaurants, and daily housekeeping may be modified or suspended. So there is that. So that's Hilton, and that's what they're doing to help out with cleanliness and well-being. Are there any questions? I feel like I'm missing a lot of the chat. So that's Hilton Hotels. All right. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask those, or if I missed something that you know that I missed. Our next hotel chain that we're going to talk about is Marriott. So Marriott Hotels, they are working around the world and committed to a safe environment that aligns with expert protocols for working to defeat COVID-19. They have a Marriott Cleanliness Council, and it's redefining our cleaning and safety standards, it says. We will actively monitor and evolve situations to ensure a continued focus on health and safety for our guests and associates. So in their public spaces, you can expect, it says we're going above and beyond our normal protocols. We're cleaning surfaces with increased frequency, dedicated staff, recommended cleaning agents. Hand sanitizing stations are being installed at all hotel entrances, at our front desks, our elevator banks, and in our meeting spaces. Social distancing signage has been put up to remind guests to maintain social distancing. We will be adding partitions at check-in to provide an extra level of precaution for our guests and associates. In guest rooms, they've elevated our rigorous protocols to thoroughly clean all surfaces with hospital-grade disinfectants, and we will be placing disinfecting wipes in each room for your use. So you'll have complimentary wipes in the rooms at Marriott Hotels. They have new cleaning technologies. They're rolling out enhanced technologies, including electrostatic sprayers to sanitize surfaces throughout the hotel. We're also testing ultraviolet light technology for sanitizing guest keys and devices shared by associates. They also have a new mobile app, which is something that we're kind of seeing across hotel chains here. But our mobile app technologies provide reassurance and distancing options for our guests in over 3,200 hotels. Your phone can be used to check in, access your room, and order room service. So that is what Marriott has, and they have a neat video on their website, but that's what they have. They also have a complete press release if you are interested in reading that. Let's see, I will catch up with the chat here in just a couple minutes. I want to continue on. So that was Marriott Hotels. Wyndam Hotels is another one that is one of the top hotel chains. And I wanted to make sure that we covered them. So Wyndam Hotels says you can count on us. We're committed to the health and safety of our guests and team members, so we're taking important steps to demonstrate you can count on us. Whether you're planning to travel now or in the future, when you stay at our U.S. hotels, you'll notice us putting in measures in place over the coming weeks to give you peace of mind. So they're going to have disinfecting wipes with your key card at check-in, complimentary travel size hand sanitizer in each room, and more frequent cleaning and disinfecting of high touch areas, and enhanced social distancing measures in public places. They have a video that you can watch as well to give you peace of mind. They say they have an eco lab. Count on our enhanced cleaning and disinfecting with eco lab. We know the cleanliness of our hotels is top of mind, so we've expanded our relationship with Ecolab to require the use of their EPA-approved disinfectants in guest rooms and public spaces at all U.S. hotels. Ecolab is a global leader. Ecolab is a global leader in water, hygiene, and infection prevention technologies and services. And through its science-based approach, they help enable hotels to consistently achieve the highest cleaning standards. So that is what is on Wyndam Hotels page for the COVID-19 of elevating our health and safety protocols. And then next, Wyndam Hotels. They have a lot of brands in the Wyndam Hotels. So Wyndam Hotels covers like Super 8 hotels, and there's just a bunch of them. So make sure that you know what your brand is when you're going and looking at hotels and things. And then I've got 3 more. IHG or Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn has the IHG way of clean. They say we have longstanding commitment to rigorous cleaning procedures launched by our IHG Way of Clean program in 2015. It was developed in partnership with Ecolab and Diversey, Diversey, both world leaders in hygiene and cleaning technologies and services. This program is now being expanded with additional COVID-19 protocols and best practices, many of which were already in place. This is to reflect the World Health Organization, Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and local public health authorities in markets around the world. So these are the things that you'll see at IHG or Holiday Inn hotels. In the reception area, we have reduced contact check-in, touchless transactions, front desk screens, sanitizer stations, sanitized key cards, and paperless checkout. Public spaces and facilities. Additional deep cleaning of high-touch areas, social distancing. Man, I have the worst problem with that. Excuse me. Social distancing. Last cleaned charts. So you'll see last cleaned at this point in time around the area. Best practices for pools, fitness centers, and lounges. In your guest room, you'll see visible verification of sanitized items, i.e. the glassware, remote control. You'll see reduction of in-room furnishings and high-touch items, new laundry protocols, and use of electrostatic technology. In the food and beverage area, you'll see new standards and service approach to buffets, banquets, room service, and catering. So they also say that, they have a video as well, but they're supporting the well-being of guests and colleagues. Enabling the personal well-being of guests and colleagues is the key to IHG. And we're working closely with a team of medical experts and at the world-renowned Cleveland Clinic. Team information, social distancing procedures and signage, guidance on the use of protective equipment as necessary by hotel colleagues, updated colleague training and certification, availability of individual guest amenity cleaning kits, hand sanitizer and disinfecting wipes available in guest rooms and high touch points throughout the hotels. I did see that we had a question or two. And Rachel Rawson is asking, who is the cheapest hotel? And Rachel, I don't have that information here. These are big brands, and I think that it varies so much throughout the US, and it depends on where you are and what attractions you're going to and things like that. So I don't have that information, or at least not for this show. I can work on that for another show, but so which is the cheapest? I'm not sure. Lori is answering. Lori Bryant says, Rachel, cheaper chain hotels are Days Inns, Motel 6, Super 8, and others. Yeah, there's many, and I think it really just varies throughout the U.S. So, okay, we have two more. Drury Inn, which is a Midwest chain. Let me switch my sign here. Sorry about that, guys. Drury Inn. So at Drury, I found most of them in the Midwest, but they're doing cleanliness, and they say flexibility. They realize that travel plans are fluctuating and may change. You have the flexibility to cancel your reservation until 12 p.m. the day prior to arrival. So that's cool. At arrival, at check-in, they have redesigned their check-in process to reduce contact by implementing transparent shields, removing the need for signatures, and encouraging electronic payment. You'll see social distancing. Signs and visual cues are being installed throughout the hotels to allow 6 feet between you and others as recommended by the CDC. We also ask that you travel only with your immediate party on elevators. That's something that I hadn't heard from other hotels. If you would rather take the stairs, our stairwells are well marked and easy to find. At arrival, you'll also find clean common areas. It says when you stay with us, you'll likely see our team at work using a detailed checklist to ensure all frequently touched areas, including handles, luggage carts, elevator buttons, and more, are disinfected frequently throughout the day with alignment to the CDC guidance. Amenities. So at Drury Hotels, they've offered a breakfast as well as a 5:30 kickback, which is like a little snack in the evening, and popcorn. So they're offering a free or included hot breakfast and 5:30 kickback, and that's what you know them for, and that hasn't changed, they say. However, for now, we're serving all of these in the grab and go format. Currently, our breakfast is served weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. and on weekends, 7 to 10 a.m. And they're not offering their lobby popcorn right now. So in fitness centers, business centers, pools, and spas, they say that the team uses a detailed checklist to disinfect all frequently touched areas, handles, tables, chairs, and more. Currently, pools, business centers, and fitness centers are beginning to reopen based upon state guidelines. Please visit our hotel web pages for additional information. So each hotel will have something different there. In many cases, pools and fitness centers will require advanced reservations, which can be made when you arrive at the hotel. That's cool. So in your guest room, they are using products approved by the CDC and the EPA. And our housekeeping team has received additional cleanliness training focused on disinfection of frequently touched areas in your room. Specifically, in each guest room, our team will 1. Disinfect frequently touched areas throughout the room, including door handles, locks, light switches, telephone, remote control, faucet, alarm clock, tops of the furniture, and all other items that you may use, such as the ice bucket and lid, hair dryers, hangers, iron. 2. Launder using CDC approved settings, including the use of chlorine bleach. 3. Change the shower curtains between guests. That's interesting. 4. Remove all marketing materials, pen and paper from the guest room, and non-disposable items from the guest room between each guest. They still have meeting spaces, and you can contact them for more information about that. And they have a sales specialist that will help you out there. The Drury team members are screened daily to make sure that they're symptom-free, and we enforce proper hygiene. And our team wears gloves, masks, and aprons to protect themselves and you, and they encourage social distancing. All right. Our last hotel chain is Best Western, and excuse me, they have the Best Western We Care Clean. And it says, our commitment to keeping you safe and healthy with industry-leading cleaning standards. So got lots of long paragraphs, but it says for nearly 75 years, Best Western Hotels and Resorts have been an industry leader in our reputation for providing you with clean, well-maintained accommodations. And in 2012, they became the first hotel brand to set a high level of cleanliness and roll out the I Care Clean program partnership with IDEO. So they've changed it this year to the We Care Clean program. And the We Care Clean program addresses 5 key areas in our hotels. 1, the front desk and lobbies. So in the front desk and lobby area, you'll see new protocols, which will minimize guest content with personnel through a streamlined check-in, check-out process, such as use of Best Western's mobile concierge platform. 2, social distancing measures will be implemented. Wellness and best practices signs will be prominently posted, and lobby brochures, magazines, and papers will be removed. 3, enhanced sanitation procedures will be in place at the front desk, in the lobby, and across guest touch points throughout the hotel, with disinfecting taking place regularly. And sanitizing stations or wipes will be available throughout the hotel near the front desk and in the lobby. In your guest room and for housekeeping, there'll be enhanced and thorough cleaning protocols that will be implemented in the guest rooms. If possible, the guest rooms will not be entered for 24 to 72 hours after checkout, at which time the room, linen, and all touch points, faucets, door handles, light switches, thermostats, clocks, hangers, will be cleaned with chemicals aimed at killing COVID-19. 2, unnecessary items will be removed from guest rooms, such as decorative pillows, bed scarves, paper notepads, and pens. 3, for guest and employee safety and well-being, daily housekeeping service will be by request. So if you're staying in the room for more than 1 day, you'll get only housekeeping service in there when you leave or if you request it. All right. Number 3 on their We Care Clean program at Best Western is temporary breakfast offerings. While recognizing the importance of a quality breakfast, offerings have been adapted to prioritize your health, safety, including breakfast offerings that comply with local regulations, with breakfast rooms closed where required to avoid unnecessary guest congregation. Enhanced grab-and-go offerings. And hotels may opt to provide a served or pre-plated breakfast to minimize guest contact with food and beverages and surfaces, and for and to keep from having cross-contamination. Public amenities. When allowed to open, public amenities such as fitness centers, swimming pools, meeting rooms will be cleaned on a closely monitored schedule with disinfecting chemicals. Each evening, these areas will also be sanitized with the use of electrostatic fogging, ozone generators, or ultraviolet devices, once those devices are available. And then hand sanitizer or wipes will be provided for guests and employees in all public areas. And last thing on their We Care program, or We Care Clean program, is hotel employees will follow strict guidelines, including utilizing PPE, frequent and stringent hand washing protocols, and housekeepers and laundry staff will wear both gloves and a mask. Employee workstations will be cleaned and disinfected after every shift, and employees will be empowered to stay home if they feel unwell. So those are the 6 chains that I chose to cover. I looked up top U.S. hotel chains and made sure that I got those in there. I added Drury because it's popular in our area. So what do you think? Those are that's a lot. I would hate to have to be one of those people making decisions for that. So thank you all for joining me for that part of the program. I do want to say hello to everyone in the chat, and thank you all for being here. I don't think I can start at the top, but I'll do my best. Diana SFNG just came in. Rachel Rawson is here, as well as Inspired John. Marty's crew. Matt Cook, Oregon is here. Deb Shane, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Marty's crew says, this is good to know, as we'll probably have to stay in a hotel on our way to Arizona next month. Yes, I'm finding the same thing. I really, 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 really want to travel. And so we're trying to figure out, what hotel protocols and things are happening on our way to where we want to go. I did mention that Lori Bryant was here earlier. Desmond Donders in the room and said hello and has been in for quite a while. Rachel Rawson says, I do enjoy a good hotel and I like that they're trying to help. It is good that they're trying to help. And I cannot even imagine, I'm working in a hotel, or for that matter, a smaller hotel, bed and breakfast, guest ranch, things like that. We stayed at Rincon Creek Ranch this year, and I'm kind of nervous about where those little chains are going. I really like staying in those in Airbnb. And yeah, you guys are funny. I appreciate everybody being here today. If I missed you, there's Donna Owen. Hey, Donna, it's good to see you. Thanks for coming. And I hope you all have a great day today. Next week on Travel Tuesday, we're going to be talking about a specific area, and I have a guest coming on. Her name is Beth, and she is the executive director for the DuPage County Convention and Visitors Bureau, and we're going to be talking about DuPage County in Illinois. I hope that you all will bring friends and come and learn a little bit more about DuPage County. You'll be seeing much more about DuPage County on Twitter on Monday if you follow Midwest Monday Chat. That is a hashtag, and I would love to have you follow that, find out more about DuPage County so you can come with questions to Travel Tuesday on Tuesday. So anyway, I don't see too many other questions. Marty's crew has a comment and says, hotels just opened up again in our town. Some were not ready. A friend of ours had to change rooms 4 times due to mold. Okay. Well, there are always going to be things like that happen. Unfortunately. Lori says it sounds like most hotels are following CDC guidelines and recommendations. Yes. And that's what I've found in my research. I really enjoyed this process of looking up all of these hotels and all of the chains. And of course, there's always going to be, different standards in different areas, and some hotels that do better than others. So I'm sure the hotel chains will appreciate you all reporting how the hotels are doing in every area. So when you start traveling again and get out in those hotels, making a note and, posting on social media and saying, hey, at Hilton Hotels or at Marriott, this hotel did a really nice job, or this thing could have been better, or here's what you're going to see when you go out into these hotels. And I really liked this. So, all right, guys. Diana is asking if I recommend an RV, and I don't know enough about the different kinds of RVs to recommend an RV. I like mine, but it works for Matt and I, but it would not work for Marty's crew. So so that makes it hard. We have been doing a lot of RV travel lately, and we're planning more. Dave, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Hugs to Matt Cook, Oregon. And yeah, I guess that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much. If you guys would do a couple things for me. One, this was full of information. If you would share this, but start at 1 minute, because that's where the content starts. So share this with other people who might be interested in traveling. You know, there are a bunch out there. So share this out and come back and leave comments when you're done or when this processes, because that will let YouTube know that I'm doing something cool, and I worked pretty hard on this one. So thanks. And I know I sound pretty begging, but I'm not trying to beg. But most importantly, go out and live the life you love today. And remember, you are not replaceable.